Now, welcome. Welcome, everybody, to my little party in your honor. To all the sports fans in the NBA, this is for you. Even on vacation, Cino seems to always make things happen for y'all. Well, I'm enjoying myself, taking it all in. Now, what we move in a whole different frame of mind. What we do here is continuously move forward with the news and information. Now, if we look at the brackets of the playoffs, we're going to get right to it. Because now that the NBA season is over, everyone can start to, it's been over for the last 3-4 days, really. Teams have been shutting it down. It made it real hard for some people to bet, but not for me. If you're in a playoff position, you're trying not to get hurt because the playoffs are coming around the corner. As LeBron James injured his groin, just reaching for the ball. Now, the Western Conference. Everyone feels that the champion will come from the Western Conference. The last time there was an Eastern Conference champion, it was the Boston Celtics last year, then the Milwaukee Bucks. They have been trading off. So now it feels like it's the West's turn to win it again. So somebody in the West is going to win it. Now, the way the rankings are now and the way it's set up, JJ Redneck and the Lakers are in third, and the Denver Nuggets are in fourth. Now, if they didn't call that foul on Westbrook, who knows what we would be, right? The Lakers will be playing the Clippers in the first round, a series that they did not want to play. That's a team they did not want to see and do not want to play with a Kawhi Leonard playing at the level he's playing now. He's dunking the ball again. That ain't good for people. They're one of the hottest teams in the game. They won 7 games in a row, and the Clippers look like a team that could surprise a lot of people. Oh, Rowe has come out of hibernation. When y'all lost to the Pistons, I didn't see you. As I told you, I don't put stock in these games. I didn't put stock in that Pistons game. We were just trying to see what they run, see what they like to do, and we know that y'all going to have problems guarding Cade Cunningham, and that's going to be it. And they say, oh, well, we didn't have OG out there. Y'all didn't have a lot of guys. Gave them the night off, let them rest. That's cool. They need it. But they're banged up. And it's the playoffs where there is no rest now. You got to play. And Butterball out there, hoping to ride him to the promised land. Well, the Knicks were trying to survey what we do and what we're going to be doing in the playoffs and what you guys are going to be doing and running in the playoffs. And we already see y'all going to have a lot of matchup problems. Josh Hart is going to be quite busy. But all your pieces wasn't on the court. Y'all problem is going to be rotation and interior. Y'all bringing in Truck Tucker was a good idea because he's the only guy that's physical on the team. And he stood up to Dennis Schroeder. When Dennis Schroeder stood over Butterball, he the only one that when he fell, he went and stood over Dennis Schroeder. Like, oh, you ain't going to do that to us. Now, here's the narrative. Because it must be said. No one seems to care about the playoffs, and that's sad. I do, but their whole focus is Luka and LeBron, right? They want to make that the rock star team to try to carry this bum to the finish line because he can no longer do it. Now, whether it's unclear who the first two teams are going to be playing, which is effing stupid, but I pretty much see the Orlando Magic probably making the spot and that the Atlanta Hawks might make the spot. The Chicago Bulls, who really been coming on of late, should have that spot. But nobody there is going anywhere. So you can just wipe them out, which makes the play in the in-season tournament just crap. Nobody cares. Now, 3 versus 6. Right? What is 3 versus 6? The Knicks and Pistons. That's what we've been talking about. But you also got the Pacers and Bucks. Right? Also, rivals. Not too far of a commute. Celtics are the world champions, are the 2nd seed, and they won 60 games this year. And people act like the Boston Celtics are falling off. The Knicks lost 3 games in a row, limping into the playoffs, but they've already won their 50 games this year. So this seems like a success for the team, right? Now, NBA champions are normally people that win about 55 to 60 games a year. So now, the Cavs, who won 64 games. See, back in the 80s and 90s, if you won 60-something games, you basically was going to the championship or at least the finals. The Supersonics was the only team that did that and got knocked out in the first round. The way I look at it, don't matter. The Cavs are winning and the Celtics are winning. So in the first round. So what do we need the in-season tournament for? Now, the Thunder and then the Rockets. The Thunder with 67 wins, the Rockets 52. Everybody talks about how dominant the West was. The West has 160 win team, and that team almost won 70 games, and that was the Thunder. 67 times they won this year. The next team is the Rockets that only won 52. Then the Lakers who won 50. So you got 350 win teams on the West. But you hear about how dominant they were. Well, they always change the rules. You see, they flip things around and they start changing the rules around when it pertains to you. Anybody else, the rules is fine. Thank you for the super chat. LeBron's gonna have a Roy rage in the playoffs. The truth will reveal itself. That could be the case. Now, if you look at the West, 3 is playing 6. The Lakers and Warriors again. Oh my God. Adam Silver, how many times are you going to keep playing the Lakers and Warriors? Damn, we get it. They do good in ratings numbers. Can you make it look at least a little bit not so obvious? Damn. This is manipulation of the rating system and the ranking system. They want to make sure they push these teams to those spots because they want them to play each other in the first round. All of a sudden, the Warriors get Jimmy Butler. They turn their whole luck around. The Lakers, they boost all the way up to 3. So now the Lakers got the majority of the home court advantage. Right? So you got more Laker games at home. Wow. It's like they're always at home, right? And then they got to play Golden State. We remember the last time they played Golden State in the playoffs. It was a screw job beyond recognition. The Lakers shot about 50,000 more free throws than the Golden State Warriors. Where the media kept saying this is the end of the dynasty. How are you going to say this? That they was just the NBA champions the year prior. Now you're talking about end of a dynasty? It was disgusting. It was quite disrespectful. Quite disrespect for a team that saved the NBA and gave it life when it was on life support. Now, that's 3 and 6. 4 and 5 is the Nuggets and Clippers. The Clippers will beat the Nuggets in the first round. They have the identical same record, but I think by a tie of like they something in the conference or they got more conference wins or whatever. Denver won in the tie, so you're going to have more games in Denver than the Clippers. It don't even matter. Denver will be going home in the first round. Now, in the 7th seed will be the Timberwolves, and they'll take on the Rockets. The Grizzlies will end up taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's how I see it playing out. Them Dallas Mavericks and Kings. Bye-bye. So I don't even know why we need an in-season tournament. Now, could the Rockets turn around and lose in the first round? Yes, the Rockets could lose in the first round because the Rockets would have to face, if they're facing the Timberwolves, they're going to want to push the Timberwolves. But Ja Morant and the Grizzlies will be going home in the first round, as Shea Alexander will put his stamp down that he is better than Ja Morant. And now that Ja's the villain, people are going to root for that. And then you got your next stanza. Well, they gotta have it like that, where OKC or one of the teams in the in-season tournament gets a win in these series, unless it's, they can't have it just LeBron, or maybe they will. But I see the Rockets losing in the first round to either the Timberwolves. Now, if they play the Grizzlies, then that'll be better for them. But no matter how it goes, let's look at the next rounds, right? Okay, in the next rounds, they got the Lakers. They're going to beat the Warriors. So they're in the second round. The Clippers are in the second round. They play the worst seed. So OKC Thunder will have to play the winner of the Clippers and Nuggets. While the cupcake road goes to the Lakers. So if the Rockets win, they'll have to play the Rockets. But if the Timberwolves upset the Rockets, like I think, then the Lakers would end up playing the Los Angeles Lakers will end up playing the Timberwolves to see who goes to the Western Conference Finals. I'm telling you, the way they set this up, man. I know. I told you, them bum Dodgers, we better than them. They not on our level. If Wolves win tomorrow and the Warriors lose, Lakers play the Wolves in the first round. Oh, yeah. You talking about the last game of the season and all that. Yeah, whatever. They're playing the Warriors. I mean, do you need me to break that down for you? I would love for them to play the Wolves in the first round. Get that camp man right out of the playoffs early. So he can, all that yapping at the mouth, he can get right up out the league. Oh, definitely. Hit the like button. Well, you got to make a decision. What is it that you want to do in life? If you want to go to another level, or like, what is it that you're trying to do?
2014 second.
Like, what is your accomplishments? Like, what is it that's going to tickle your fancy? Oh, the Cubs are going to the World Series. All they got to do is stay healthy. Mm. Yeah, well, that's the thing that y'all don't really get about it, the whole situation altogether. And I feel like that's a problem. It's a major problem because if you look at it in its totality, you're going to start seeing a situation develop that's not consistent. Will Bronny James be on the playoff roster? You saw him come into that Houston game, and it was like, ugh. Well, it was so heartbreaking for me to see what happened with Ernie Johnson, and him addressing all of the employees at the TNT studios with him and Chuck, and then Kenny showed up, and all those people that worked there. And Ernie Johnson stood up there, and Ernie met with all the people, and it's the business of the NBA. Steph Curry is disrespected, but he doesn't talk. He just plays the role. The fans have told you completely what they are, what they want to see, what they like to see, and they never call anything for Steph Curry the way they should because he's too good. Now, Right. Okay, let's look at it. Who gonna be the surprise team of the playoff? I'm asking y'all, who y'all think will be the surprise team? They finna make a cupcake lane for these doggone Lakers to get to the Western Conference Finals. They might even get to the finals. If they beat OKC this year to get to the NBA Finals, because they already setting this up for the Western Conference Finals. OKC versus the Lakers. I think OKC beats them in a series. And I already know what the Lakers is finna do next year. Oh, they're not done with Dallas. Oh no. I was gonna save it, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford is silver joystick. I understand you like sensationalism, but that's not true. They're not going to Vegas. Let me tell y'all what's happening here. Daniel Gafford is going to the Los Angeles Lakers next year. No, they're going to have Daniel Gafford and Jackson Hayes will be gone off the team next year. I mean, y'all should start listening to me. See, don't know what's going on here. Daniel Gafford. Mm. Yes. The market numbers have always changed and been moving for the better. Oh, my Detroit Pistons are going to pop the Knicks off in the first round. And I'm going to laugh. We're going to beat the Knicks in 7 games. It's going to be beautiful. To win in the Garden, woo! I love it. Well, they just getting everybody back. That's Knicks fans. Knicks fans are delusional. They just act like Well, we needed when we beat them last time. They needed Mitchell Robinson back. Wait till we get Mitchell Robinson back. Okay, Mitchell Robinson is not proven this season he's been really any significance, really. But now you're going to have your whole team back. Let's see what happens after that. Mm-hmm. Isaiah Thomas picture. That whole family got on Pistons 11. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. So let's check on the poll numbers. The poll numbers is telling us right now, we're looking at the poll because we're asking, can the Lakers win the championship? 64% of y'all says no. Well, 65% says no. Lakers can't win the championship. And yeah, we'll end that poll there. And now we're going to have a new poll. Will the Lakers make it to the West Finals? Let's see where y'all got the Lakers ranked. Okay. All right. I think I see where y'all got the Lakers going. Mm-mm. Nope. 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 Well, you got to look at it from this perspective. Okay, see, this is 50-50. Wow. Everybody is 50-50 on the Lakers making it to the Western Conference Finals. Do I think they make it to the West Finals? Absolutely. And then I see them losing. I don't see them really beating OKC, but you never know. You never know what's on Adam Silver Slipper's brain. Now, as I told you before, now my heart says the Pistons. Now we're gonna beat the Knicks in the first round. Boom, no problem. Second round, we're gonna play either. I think we're gonna play. Don't we play? Do one play 4 and 5? After 1 and 8 play, he says 3 and 6 versus the 2 and 17. Okay, 1 and 8 plays 4 and 5. Okay, so that's it. And the 3 and 6 play the 2 and 7. Okay, I thought I wasn't crazy. So the Lakers are 3 and 6. They're gonna play the 2 and 17. So yeah, they can definitely go, especially if the Timberwolves. Because I have it where the Lakers are playing the Warriors. There ain't no way in the world Silver Slipper then did all this to let the Timberwolves play the Lakers first. No, they're gonna have Houston play. Right, Houston's gonna play against in the first round against Anthony Edwards. They're gonna go 7 games, and they're gonna beat the Houston Rockets in an upset. Then next thing you know, they're in the next round. So they're going to end up playing the Lakers, who's going to beat the Warriors in 6 games. So now they're going to win the Lakers in 6 against the Warriors. Then they have to play the Timberwolves in the next round. So they'll play a play-in team in the next round to see who gets to the Western Conference Finals. OKC will be in the Western Conference Finals with the Lakers. That'll go 7 games, and the Lakers will probably beat them and get to the finals. Now, on the East, this is how it's going to play out. Pistons will whoop the Knicks because that's what I see happening. Pacers and Bucks is like, who cares? But I see the Indiana Pacers, winning that, and then the Cavs and Celtics will both win, so it don't even matter what they do. So Boston and the Cavs will win. So the Cavs will take on the Bucks, because I see the Bucks probably upsetting the Pacers, or the Pacers and Bucks. It don't matter. The Cavs will beat them. So the Cavs will advance past the second round after they win the first round matchup with whoever the bums they got to play at the AC. They'll beat them. They'll beat whoever that is that they're playing. The Celtics will play the Pistons. The Celtics will end up winning in a 6-7 game series, and then we move on. I would love the Pistons to win. So it'd be the Cavs versus the Lakers. Well, it'd be the Cavs versus the Celtics. Well, the Cavaliers upset the Celtics in a 7-game series. Well, they wouldn't upset them. They'd be proving they're number one. So now you're going to have the Cavs versus the Lakers in the NBA Finals, where your NBA champion is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers over the Lakers. NBA ain't having that. Well, that'll be it. They get to the NBA Finals. Luka was in the finals last year. Now he's going to go to the finals again on another team. And the storyline is going to be LeBron versus his old team, the Cavs, the team that he's built to success. Golden State will be gone in the first round. They got to play the Lakers, and they're gone. Of course, Silver Slipper wants Celtics and Lakers, but that's next year on ABC or when they got this new NBC deal. That's when you're going to see the Lakers and Celtics. This is the tease. They're not going to give this to the TNT crew that they're leaving. They're leaving all these people. The NBA is setting you up for what's going to come next. This is what they did their entire career. I told you, you just got to follow suit. You learn from history. When the Pistons was whooping on the Bulls and Michael Jordan, as soon as they went to NBC, the Bulls were the champions. Michael Jordan was their prodigy. They're like, we got this league for Michael Jordan, not for the Detroit Pistons. And they changed all the rules. Mm-hmm. Yep. Every time there's a new bargaining agreement, they have a new dynasty that they follow, right? They had the lockout season, and during the lockout, they let the Spurs beat the Knicks. That's the only time the Knicks can get anywhere. They didn't care. Right after that, they go to the Lakers. Boom! Shaq and Kobe. That's our goal. Let's Shaq and Kobe it all the way down. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Scottie Pippen was mentally weak. Yeah, that's true. But Mike would eventually took down the Pistons. Like that was destined. They probably wouldn't have happened in 91. But then again, you don't know. It wasn't just Isaiah. The whole team was broken down. Lambeer was hurt. Joe Dumars had a groin injury, and he was just playing hurt. He was playing on basically one leg, and he's got to guard Michael Jordan. So he was pretty much ineffective. We had a whole list of injuries. We were never supposed to be there. The referees carried us. We really should have lost to Boston. There was no way we should have beaten the Celtics that year. The Celtics was way better than us at that point. They were playing great basketball with Kevin McHale leading the team. And when they won in that playoff series against Boston, it was we should have lost to the Atlanta Hawks that year in the first round. We went to the fifth and final game with Atlanta. We had no business beating them that year. But they wanted to feed us to the Bulls. So the referees was carrying us, something they never did before. We were carried to the Bulls. No, the Knicks, y'all were no competition for us, really. We went to a fifth and final deciding game with y'all for no reason. I mean, y'all are inferior to us. The only reason y'all won that series is because we had a lot of internal fighting going on. Chuck Daly was leaving the team. Him and Isaiah wasn't seeing eye to eye. He was out of here because of his staying with the dream team, and Isaiah wasn't on it. Our general manager left, and here he is coaching. It's like, oh, you out of here. You're out. So Chuck Daly had to go. There was a lot of problems there. Dennis Rodman was unhappy that Chuck Daly is leaving because that's all he knew was Chuck. That was like a father figure to him. And now Chuck's leaving, so he thinks Rothstein screwed him out of the job and stabbed him in the back for it. And Rodman never liked that coach, Rothstein. And it was just nightmarish. Okay, nightmarish. You know, after one season, after the 91 season, we get rid of Vinnie Johnson, trade him. That upset Lambeer, that upset Isaiah. A lot of people weren't happy that they just got rid of Vinnie Johnson. Then it was the rumor that they did it because he was sleeping with Dennis Rodman's wife. So that was another rumor that happened that, Wade was giving it to the Dennis Rodman wife. So believe me, y'all didn't beat the Knicks. Okay. I mean, y'all didn't beat the Pistons at all. All right. The Pistons at that time was like, we're shutting this thing down. Everybody's gone. But y'all can take a win when y'all can get it. But just like the Knicks fashion, y'all went up against the 92 Bulls, who was, to me, weak. They won all those games, but they were weak because Scotty was still a punk. And y'all had the biggest key factor on your team, Xavier McDaniels. And y'all took the Bulls to 7 games with Xavier McDaniels. He wasn't just some goon enforcer. He could score. He was a threat to score, mid-range, rebound, defense. Xavier McDaniel was an intimidator on both ends, and he was handling Scottie Pippen. Scottie would freeze up, and they ended up having to go 7 games with the Knicks, a team they should have had out in 5. But scary Scotty was right there. Well, no, the very next year. You only had X-Man for that year, but y'all liked Anthony Mason. So y'all had a choice. Keep Anthony Mason. You should have kept all three. You had Mason, McDaniels, and then Oakley. Oak Tree is getting older. Okay. His broke up knees, it's like, okay, we keep Oak, but we gotta reduce some minutes. McDaniels gotta be on this flow. And he was there to back up Oak. Then Starks can hold his own. And we love John Starks. He played the game like we play it. No, he didn't went for the money. Dolan wouldn't pay him the money. That was the thing. Pay X-Man. He just got y'all to the seventh game. Y'all would have went to the finals. That was the second round of the playoffs. To see who going to the NBA finals. Well, to the Eastern Conference Finals, rather. And who did they play to go to the championship? Was it Cleveland? Man, the Knicks would have smacked them around. They would have went to the championship. Whoever beat the Bulls, that would have been it. No, they can't afford Joker. They're going to get Daniel Gafford from the Dallas Mavericks. He will be a Laker. Trust me. My sources never let me down. Y'all hearing this first from me. Next year, the Lakers going to be a lot different. Cam Reddish is gone, and Dalton Connect might even be gone next year. They're getting rid of them. And they're going to be bringing in more size to help out on the team. Because they have their nucleus of what they want to run. So to contend with like Boston, they want to get some guys that can block shots and get some respect on the whistle. So getting Daniel Gafford is going to be a key, as Dallas don't look like they're going to resign Daniel Gafford. He's going to be a Laker next year. All this three-headed monster in Dallas, nope. Dallas is getting strip mine. Mm-hmm. Gafford is still the Dallas Mavericks got him through the trade. Yeah, Daniel Gafford was with the Bulls. Mm-hmm. Then he got right. They got Daniel Gafford from the Bulls. The Wizards did. Signed him to a 3-year contract. Washington did. Gave him an extension. So he's got a 3-year, $40 million contract. So he's getting about $13 million a year. Now, Well, Dallas has got a decision to make. Well, next year he's going to be in what they call the last year of his deal, which is about a $14 million hit to the Dallas Mavericks. Now they could trade that because his contract's fully guaranteed. So they're going to be looking for a trade. And who do they like to trade with? The Los Angeles Lakers. Gafford defensively and everything is loved by the Dallas Maverick fans, and they would be another hurt organization again if they lose Gafford. But they're going to sign Lively because it's cheaper. And Blake Lively, who I call him Blake Lively, he's going to be Luka was getting his contract and getting his money up. Oh man, so 54% of y'all said no. The Lakers won't even make the Western Conference Final. Good Lord. Y'all ain't playing around in these polls. Where would Cooper Flag go? I'm thinking Brooklyn. Brooklyn is close to Maine, close to his house. You know, he's from Maine. His family could come visit and see the games. Just go down from Maine to Brooklyn. He said, I'm not watching the NBA next year. I do not want to see the Lakers win it. Oh, Perk was.
Right through the heart of the defense for the.
Call them the Rockets tonight because Houston is resting.
This guy shouldn't even be on television. You know, Dave McMenamin is ridiculous. You know, some people are better writers and they're not made for television. He's probably a better writer and he's a journalist. You know, he came up writing articles and not doing television. Now they start putting him on TV and making all of these guys the essential piece for the teams. And this is just the worst build-up show. The Timberwolves could finish 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th. The Warriors could finish either 6th or 7th. 7th or 8th. And the Kings have clinched the 9th seed with a win.
We now welcome in our NBA analyst Quentin Richardson right now to this show. And now that the Grizzlies are locked into the plan, what concerns do you have for Memphis heading into the playoffs?
Hey, I mean, my first concern is that they fired their coach abruptly toward the end of the season. To me, I don't know how they gained that chemistry with a coach this late in the season, and he's untested in playoff situations. So that's one issue for me, that they have a brand new coach. They fired their Taylor Jenkins, who was a great coach for them. He's gone. Then they have defensive depth issues. They injured Brandon Clark had a season-ending injury last weekend, which put Zach Edey as the lone big for them in the front court. Then they lost Zion Pullen and Jalen Wells to injuries as well. That hurts them defensively on the perimeter. Thirdly, they have poor records against the good teams. I mean, that's not good. They 500, under 5. They 11-20 against teams above 500. Also, they 1-6 against the Warriors and Clippers. Those are teams they could very well see coming out of that play-in. So that's a problem for me.
Yeah, you fire your coach just weeks before the playoffs. It just feels like you're giving up on the postseason when you make a move like that. Meanwhile, the Lakers scored a season-high 140 points against the Rockets to lock up that 3 seed. What are your expectations for LeBron and company in the postseason?
I mean, I'm not as confident as I was last time I was there. You know, they've been getting taken advantage of a little bit defensively. Then LeBron with the little groin injury last night, we have to keep a real close eye on that because he just missed a week or two with that. So I don't know. I think they still have the star power to get it done, but defensively they scare me right now. They've shown that they can be taken advantage of with people picking on and attacking Luke in the pick and roll and picking him out. And they're just not as strong in the middle as I would like them to be for a big man to protect the paint. So that shows weaknesses for me. So I'm undecided on how far they can go. They still have the greatness of Luke and LeBron, though. So that's a major plus for them.
Yeah, you can.
Now, what you just heard right there was essential. That man just said the most essential words ever. He said, and you notice, did you hear what they just did? After all the breakdowns that he was talking about with the Grizzlies and everything else, she immediately turns into the to the Lakers. Who's the 3rd seed? How far can they go? Why are we talking about the Lakers? You see, they did not talk about the number 1 team or the number 2 team. They went straight to the Los Angeles Lakers. And a former player in Quentin Richardson is telling you his concerns that the Lakers can get taken advantage of defensively. So the Lakers, Quentin Richards smokes Newport. Man, y'all crack me up. Quentin Richardson smokes Newport. See, no, can't trust him. He smoked ports. Man, that's hilarious. Now, here's what we know. Because it's about what you know, right? Here's what we know about the situation. Quentin Richardson was pointing to a fact that they are definitely a team that gets taken advantage of. So if the Timberwolves end up where they are in the play-in and have to play against the Lakers, to play against Houston, they could upset the Houston Rockets. Now, you got a defensive team out of the way. So you ain't got to worry about you ain't got to worry about nothing else. Lucy's. Toronto needs Kawhi to come back. Nope. Drake didn't ruin that. Kawhi's not coming back. He's staying with the Clippers till he retires. Oh, 100%. That's what you love about it, right?
You can score as many points as you want, but I'm not going to lie, Q, defense will always win championships for me. ESPN
Yes.
Bet gives the Lakers the 5th best chance to win the NBA championship at
1. It is the Wild Wild West. So the Lakers clinched the 3 seed, and the Grizzlies are locked into the play-in, but the rest is all up in the air. Let's look at what's at stake now for tomorrow. Assuming the Timberwolves and Nuggets both win, that puts Denver at 4. Then it comes
may or may not affect him.
I mean, I take Steph's word for it. He said that he was going to be okay, but my concern with it is that when it's on a shooting hand and that's your dominant hand, you use that hand to reach, to do different things, and it easily can be re-injured exactly how he did in this play. It's just a wacky kind of thing, and we use our hands so much trying to get still, trying to be in the pass lane, doing different things, and it's going to be out there. He's wearing a bandage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where I'm watching that to see if he gets a hit here or there, a hit anytime, because that pain, once it comes, like you said, it rings and it hurts really bad when it first happens. So if it gets hit again, it could be tough.
Yeah, he did talk about that as a fresh.
That's me. Like with my thumb. Like my thumb right here is I'm double jointed in my finger. See how it pops in and out? So if I wanted to get out of handcuffs, I can get out of handcuffs. Because my thumb just is like double jointed and it can go into different joints. So my thumb could slide in like this. And I can make a hand like this and just slip out of cuffs. So if I'm cuffed, I could just slip out. Not right. I don't have the thumb that protrudes out like this. Like some people got their thumbs that stick all the way out like that. It's gonna be hard for y'all to get out of cup. But because my thumbs are made like this, and it's double jointed, and I could pop it in and out, I can slide out of cuffs. No, that ain't karate. It's just genetics. I was not made to be cuffed. Oh, dog, that's the cuffs I'm talking about. So when they cuff my wrist, I can slide right out. I did it just to see if I could one time. And I did it, and I was like, oh, man, I slipped out. You didn't put this one on good enough. That PED shot. See, that's the thing about steroids. They ain't going to help you with your growing. That's one thing. It ain't going to help your growing. He said, you call this when it was 15 games in the season, they was going to do this for the Fakers. What a joke. Yep. He was walking around just wearing a towel at the Diddy party. That's funny. Well, I believe that. Mm-hmm. No. Groin is a lingering injury. Exactly. I tore my groin, man, and still played the game. But after that, I wore track shoes on a basketball court. And that was a huge mistake. Never wear track shoes on the NBA court. Dude, there was no slide. It was a stop on a dime. Man, it felt like I ripped my pants. I couldn't do nothing after that.
On this game, our reporter covering the Lakers, Dave McMenamin, joins us. Dave, how are the Lakers approaching tonight's matchup with this as a potential second-round series?
Yeah, Malik, I'm not even sure we can call them the Rockets tonight because Houston is resting everyone from Dylan Brooks, Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith Jr., Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson. They're all out of the lineup. So the Lakers need to be on high alert because they've had some letdown games in the second half of the season. They lost to Utah. They lost to Charlotte. They lost to Brooklyn. They lost to Chicago twice. I know they were better than the other three teams I mentioned, but still sub 500. And they can't just look at the Rockets tonight and say, oh, this is a guaranteed win, because if they mess around and don't win the game, then you're talking about a true must-win on Sunday in Portland in order to secure the 3 seed. And I know the Lakers have gone 10-7 against the top teams in the West. That is certainly a testament to what they can do when they play their best. But when they don't bring their A game, they've gotten themselves into some trouble this year. So I was talking to Dorian Finney-Smith and.
So as you can see, they didn't really play the Houston Rockets. Then they bring on Perk. Win the division in their first year as a head coach. Wow. A guy who they're going to credit for doing this when they gave him Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the same team. And then they credit it like it's him. This is what we're talking about, people. This is the nonsense. Well, society has got this silly notion, right? It's silly. They believe, with their infinite wisdom, that what they say is so important and web-based structure of I know how to run this. And let's give all this credit to JJ Redneck. When it always come down to basketball, they wanted to show up the coach. I'm not taking a leak. I'm actually getting some tea. So I'm putting water in the cup. People be like, "Cino taking a leak." No.
Let's bring back in Perk and DDJ here. I'm going to start with you on this one, Perk. Who's the best matchup, do you think, for the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round?
I think the best matchup for the Lakers would most likely be the Denver Nuggets, to be honest with you.
I kind of agree.
With all they going through, I feel like JJ Redick has figured them out. And I think they have enough. Well, I know they have enough to actually beat them in the 7-game series. We don't know the status of Jamal Murray. We don't know when he's going to come back. And now when you look at the Nuggets, they're still trying to figure it out, right? New coach, the firing of their coach that they won the championship with, a lot of youth on the floor, still don't have a lot of faith in their three-point shooting. But I think they better stay away. The Nuggets don't want to see the Clippers or the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I think, and as weird as it is to say, because we talked about the Denver Nuggets, DDJ, as the Lakers' kryptonite, and rightfully so for so many years. Since the AD-Luka trade, and I'm thinking back to that game that they played right after the trade when they were in Denver and able to...
Who's that nigga? Who's that guy? I know Perk. Who that other guy with that red? He looked like the same complexion as that goddamn jacket. Who the hell is that? DDJ? Who? Who's that dude up there on that name? That dude looked purple. I don't know where he came from or who the hell he is, but they got him up there on TV. I'm like, who the hell is that? Y'all know him? I don't know who the hell he is. He just come out of nowhere and they turn to him for some advice. DDJ! Can you tell us what's going on here? And Malika Andrews, her fake smiling and her just terrible, she's ugly. I'm sorry. She's ugly as I don't know what. Y'all can have her.
Secure that win and get that boogeyman off their back. I think I might agree with Perk. Without Jamal Murray in particular, we don't know his status. I think it's Denver. What do you say? Unless it's the Grizzlies, but I don't think it's going to be
the Grizzlies aren't going to make it that far. I would have to agree. I mean, I would say it's anybody except for the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
You do not want to face them. I think that those teams match up well with the Lakers. I think they are not afraid to go into L.A. Of course, the Clippers are not afraid to go into L.A., but those teams are not afraid to come into crypto. I think those are bad matchups for the Lakers. But that leaves the Nuggets, which is a surprising thing for the Nuggets. When last time I was here, they had just beaten OKC. We were talking about the Nuggets as the second best team in the West and the most dangerous team against the Thunder. Now we're talking about them not being able to come out the first round against the Lakers. They have a new coach now. There's Jamal Murray being in flux. Jokic is still Jokic, but it's the way that they have fallen in this last month has been really shocking.
And by no means are we saying this would be an
So we letting the fans talk. Is that what they doing now? They letting fans talk? Who the hell is that guy? Who is he? Where did he come from? Why is he there? You could have that ugly thing. That shit looked like a damn breadstick. They put an apple on top of a breadstick. Hey, Malika Andrews, here you go. Here's your Malika Andrews. She has nobody. I know. Breadstick, an apple on top of a breadstick. You can have that any day of the week. Hit it. Shoot, you might break it in half if you hit it. It ain't nothing but a doggone breadstick. That's light skinned Rich Paul. Rich Paul been bleaching? God damn. That's a bleached out. That's a bleached up, bleached out Rich Paul. Hell, it all makes sense now. So let's get your take. Who is going to be the surprise team of the league? Surprise team in the playoffs. What's the team that's going to surprise you? Who's going to shock the system? Mm-hmm. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Because you know who ain't in that picture? LeBron James. Whoo, I love that picture right there. The Hawks. That would be a surprise. How the Cavs gonna be the surprise team and they the number one goddamn team in the East? I think the surprise team in the playoffs will be the Detroit Pistons. There it is, Detroit Pistons. If I say so myself.
easy series at all. Whenever Nikola Jokic is on the floor, this would be a brawl for it all. But when you look at the most likely outcomes, it seems to me that Denver is the one that the Lakers should want to face the most. It's all going to come down. It could look like, of course, the Knicks were shorthanded in this one. No OG Anunoby, no Josh Hart, but things were chippy from the get.
This was a playoff level basketball game already.
Right.
I just wish the Knicks had their full team there, but this was still playoff intense.
What do we mention about that chippiness as Cade Cunningham tries to find his way through Jalen Brunson there? Just a little bit of back and forth, and it continues right here. Tough defense. This is what happens when these two teams link up. PJ Tucker, known for that intensity there. Dennis Schroeder can't help but smile. And then Cade Cunningham coming up, pulls up for three, and he needed to let...
You see, lighten y'all asses up. Y'all want to be physical with us? Y'all don't know how to be physical. Y'all got one physical guy on the team. Our whole team is physical. Dennis Schroeder has found a home for his game. He said, oh, this is who I'm rocking with. They know how to get it done. Goddamn Butterball out there, walking around out there, fat as hell, but he in shape now. He ain't fat now. He can't wait till this season over so he can go eat. He gonna be, I want some taters. I want some collard greens. I want some neck bone. And make sure you put on it. Don't go cheap on me now. Yeah, Butterball, man. Some Knicks at 5. Shit. Y'all better hope y'all ain't down 3-0. Hope y'all make it to a game 5. Well, I can't wait till this happens.
Everybody know. What's that
Pull.
team he is repping? Oh, yeah, it's Detroit basketball.
Oh, she is so lame. I don't even want you talking about what we doing here. Look, this is what we talking about. Against the Knicks, he averages 30 points on Butterball. He averages 30 points on Butterball. So you put Butterball out there, he averaging 30. He got 25 plus in the last 3 games. So yeah, I think they're gonna whoop the Knicks. Who y'all got that's better than Cade? You got a little Butterball running around out there at 5'2", thinking he finna D up somebody like Cade. Cade gonna pull up and score on that bum every time. That's all you got. That's what you think. That's all you got. Duran gonna have about 25. Then we got Malik Beasley coming off the bench. He gonna have about 15, hit about 3-4 threes. What y'all got? That's the problem. Who do the Knicks have? Shamit? We got to deal with Shamit and Cameron Payne, a bunch of 5'2" guards against us. Holland Jr. we gonna destroy y'all in the paint. Cat gonna be back there huffing and puffing all night. Then y'all gonna deal with beef stew. And then y'all gonna bring in Truck Tucker to go in there to try to frustrate him. That ain't gonna work. Yeah, they picked him up off waivers because they was too soft. And you know what? The Knicks fans they was stupid enough to say, that ain't a good deal. Why are we picking up that old guy? Because that old guy know how to play ball. He know how to play real ball. He know how to physically get in there and defend. He can hit a corner 3. You need somebody that's reliable at doing roles. They know they role on the team. He helps your team, but can't tell nobody nothing. Knicks fans don't know nothing. It's that Knick psychology. Next thing you know, they go, oh, once they see him play, the Knicks got to see it happen, then they believe it. Knicks fans. Oh, wow, he really is doing okay for us. No, Tucker's all right. No, he's all right. All right, you got OG ain't nobody, then swindled y'all out of $200 million. Who gonna pay $200 million for OG ain't nobody? You insulted the market. You have inflated the market because anybody offer a deal, I'm gonna bring that contract right on up. I'm gonna say, hey, look at this. Y'all pay OG ain't nobody all this damn money. You paid him $200 million and he ain't nobody. They're gonna be, well, we didn't pay him that. Well, somebody did. So I'm getting my money. Now I want to know. Y'all said we gonna put OG on him. OG was on him, and he was averaging 30. I keep trying to tell y'all this ain't one game. Y'all act like y'all that's just one game. He been averaging 30 on y'all every time we play y'all. We done beat y'all 3 straight times. The last one I don't even count. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, dude, I don't even count that last game. That's just like a fill-out game, seeing what y'all gonna want to run. We already know how to attack y'all. OG missed the last 2 games, but not the last 2 games against us. He just didn't play the last game. But when he played last time, he lit his ass up for 30, right along with Butterball. So my thing is, y'all have a problem. Y'all are supposed to have the best defensive wings in basketball. Now you just have 2 guys that's out there in Bridges and OG. So let's see if sitting OG was the best thing for you. Getting ready for a very physical playoff series with Detroit, and it's gonna be physical. And we're gonna see if y'all, built for this, or y'all trained for girls track. Because it's looking like y'all trained for girls track. Y'all ain't ready for this physical activity here. Seem like y'all just want to do calisthenics. Butterball turkeys are good. Yep, you got a butterball turkey running around out there for the Knicks. They should have traded his ass last year and sent his punk ass daddy over there with him. You damn right. That is the key. A Knicks fans admitted it. Brunson is going to kill it for us. That's right. He's going to kill all y'all chances. You are 100% correct. Way to go, Knicks fan. Now you got an honest Knicks fan right there who told y'all Brunson is going to kill it for us. That's right. Your demise will be because of a guy named Jalen Brunson. Butterball ain't ready. Goddamn Butterball. Oh, we're going to be going live for that game. Oh, you best believe we're going to be going live for that game. Straight like that. Absolutely. So I'm out. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thank y'all for chilling out and going over this. We enjoyed this time, but it's time for me to go get some drinks in my system. Yes, sir. I'll be on One Crack News in a little bit. So if you want to continue